All right, everyone, get ready for Blast Off, because today we're taking a deep dive into Cosmic Cauldrons.
Oh, I love this one.
It's a fictional series, by the way, for anyone who isn't familiar. It's from the YouTube channel E-Currency.
Yeah, their videos are wild.
They are, and they're the source material for our deep dive today. We're going to be focusing specifically on the adventures of Astral Weaver, who's this amazing teenage space witch.
And her shape-shifting cat, Stardust.
Right, Stardust. Can't forget Stardust. If you're into space wizards, alien encounters, and more twists and turns than a black hole.
This is definitely the deep dive for you.
For sure. And to help us navigate all the cosmic chaos,
How to be here.
we have our resident expert. So, let's jump right in. Let's start with our protagonist, Astral Weaver. Who is this teenage space witch? What makes her so fascinating?
Well, I think one of the things that makes Astral so compelling is that she's powerful.
For sure, yeah.
But we don't get this, super detailed explanation of her magic system.
Right.
It's more intuitive, almost like second nature to her, which, just adds to the mystery of her origins.
It does. It's more about, how she uses her power than the mechanics of it, right?
Right.
Like, for example, in that scene where she crash lands on a demon-infested planet.
Oh, yeah. Great example.
Instead of just, blasting everything away with magic, she offers this, gesture of peace and ends up with the demons helping her repair her ship.
Which I think says a lot about her character, right?
Yeah.
It suggests she's more inclined towards diplomacy and that she's willing to look beyond, just the surface.
Yeah, she doesn't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Even if the book is a scary demon.
Exactly.
And this is interesting because, she believes she might be the last unaltered human, making her kind of like a living relic of a lost past.
That's right. And that idea of being the last of your kind, searching for a connection to your heritage, it's really powerful. And I think it adds a layer of depth to her adventures. They become more than just these, fun space romps. They turn into this quest for something more.
Makes you wonder about the world that shaped her, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of worlds, let's talk about the Nebula Nomad, her sentient spaceship.
Nah, the Nomad.
It's more than just a vehicle, wouldn't you say?
Oh, for sure. It's practically a character in itself. It's almost like an extension of Astral's magic.
Okay, how so?
We see it react to danger, adjust gravity to help her brew potions, even shielding her from attack. It's almost as if the Nomad has its own, motivations.
That's a great point. And there are these hints, too, that it holds secrets even Astral hasn't uncovered yet.
Right.
Then there's Stardust, the shape-shifting cat. Is he just a cute sidekick, or is there something more to him?
Oh, Stardust is definitely more than meets the eye.
Oh, yeah.
His shape-shifting is really just the tip of the iceberg. We've seen him communicate, telepathically guide Astral through, dangerous dreamscapes, even, seemingly control aspects of the Nebula Nomad.
Yeah, what about that scene where he blocks Orion Coldshot Walker's ice blast?
Oh, yeah.
He's a living shield. It was crazy.
Almost like he knew what was about to happen before anyone else did. And let's not forget about the Wobberwonky either.
The what?
The Wobberwonky, it's this, twisted reflection of Stardust we see in Whimsire.
Oh, right. And Whimsire, you mentioned that before, but we haven't really explained what it is. What is it?
So Whimsire is this, dreamlike realm. It's a world within a world where reality, bends. It's like a reflection of Astral's subconscious, where her memories and fears, they kind of take on a physical form.
That's trippy.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful, but also really unsettling. Suggests that there's a darker side to magic and imagination.
Yeah, and the Wobberwonky seems to represent that darkness, right? It's this shadow self to Stardust.
Precisely. It's like a reminder that even in this universe filled with wonder and amazing possibilities, there's still potential for darkness, for things to go wrong. A reminder that power, even magic, is a double-edged sword.
Speaking of power, we have to talk about the alien Demon King. This imposing figure who just appears out of nowhere, communicates telepathically, and seems to possess this ancient knowledge.
He's such a fascinating character, isn't he?
He is. He even shares this cosmic fruit with Astral that grants her visions of other worlds.
Right, but his motives are still so unclear. Is he an ally, a guide, a manipulator? We never really know for sure.
I get a benevolent vibe from him, but also slightly sinister at the same time.
Right, he's playing this long game that we don't fully understand yet.
It's true. Which brings us to the very real and present danger Astral is facing. Orion Coldshot Walker, the ruthless bounty hunter who seems to know her past.
Yeah, he's a formidable opponent.
He is.
Rides a robotic horse, wields an ice blaster that can actually freeze magic.
And he's clearly very skilled and dangerous. Yet he also displays these moments of hesitation. Like on Halloween when he had Astral dead to rights, he just let her go.
That's true.
Makes you wonder about their shared history, you know?
Yeah.
Like they might have a connection through some organization, maybe even like a friendship that went sour or something.
Definitely possible.
We know he's after her for a bounty, but who placed that bounty? That's a mystery in itself.
It could be Captain Cooper, the leader of that pirate crew Orion was once a part of, the Cosmic Cutlass.
Right.
You know, maybe he's seeking revenge.
Maybe. Or what if it's someone even more powerful, like someone who sees Astral as a threat and they know about her abilities? Maybe someone from the Galactic Council.
Oh, that's a scary thought.
It is. Imagine being hunted across the galaxy by a force that powerful.
I don't even want to think about it.
So, okay, let's recap. We have a teenage witch searching for her origins, a sentient spaceship with its own secrets, a shape-shifting cat with unexpected powers, a mysterious alien being, and a ruthless bounty hunter with a possible connection to Astral's past.
And that's just the beginning. The best part about Cosmic Cauldrons is how they blend all these seemingly random elements into this like really engaging story. It keeps you guessing at every turn.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. There are so many twists and turns, it's hard to keep track. But before we delve deeper into Astral's past and the mysteries surrounding her, we need to shift our focus to some of the recurring themes and symbols that weave their way through these stories.
Yeah.
Because it's in those details, those little moments that you might miss on the first watch, that we often find the most profound insights. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about those hidden layers. One of the big things in Cosmic Cauldrons that really jumps out at me is this whole idea of reflections.
Oh, okay.
Like both literal and metaphorical, you know? We see it a lot with those doppelgangers and mirror images. Like the Red Queen and Whimsier,
Yeah.
who looks a lot like Astral.
Right.
It's almost as if Astral is constantly being confronted with all these different versions of herself.
Oh, I see.
You know, making her really question her own identity and choices.
Makes sense.
And then there's the Wobber Wonky, too.
Right, Stardust's creepy reflection.
Exactly, which, embodies this darker aspect of his nature.
Yeah, for sure. So these reflections, they suggest that there's always another side to the coin, another way to look at things.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. Like, things aren't always what they seem.
Right.
And even in a world of magic and wonder, there were always shadows lurking beneath the surface.
Speaking of shadows, we can't forget about the unseen woman. The one who's always talking to Astral in her dreams.
Yeah, what's her deal?
It's true. She always seems to know a lot about Astral's past. And her warnings about stirring shadows, it feels like there's this big conflict brewing, like maybe even a cosmic conspiracy or something.
Oh, a conspiracy.
I know, right?
Okay, I like where this is going.
It's like there are these unseen forces messing with things behind the scenes.
Okay, so then who's pulling the strings? Is it Captain Cooper, trying to get back at Astral for something? Or is it someone bigger, like the Galactic Council?
Yeah, maybe they see Astral and her powers as a threat.
I mean, they could, right?
Totally. But what if it's the unseen woman herself?
Oh, interesting.
What if she's the one orchestrating everything?
That's a good theory. It would make things a lot more interesting.
Right. And it makes me think about Astral's whole search for her origins, her belief that she's the last unaltered human.
Right.
That search for belonging, for a connection to her past, it's like the driving force behind everything she does.
Absolutely.
Do you remember that episode, Death in the Dying World? The one where Astral finds the ruins of Earth?
Oh, yeah, that one was rough.
I know. It was heartbreaking to see Earth, like her ancestral home, just this wasteland ravaged by climate collapse and wars over resources.
It really makes you think about our own planet, how fragile it all is. And we learn from the vision she gets from the alien demon king that humanity didn't just abandon Earth. They modified themselves genetically to survive on other planets.
Which is kind of terrifying when you think about it.
It is. What lengths would we go to in the face of extinction,
Right. So then why was Astral left behind? Why wasn't she genetically modified like the others?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What's so special about her? It makes you wonder about her parents, her birth, how she got her powers.
It's like she's a living reminder of what humanity used to be.
That's a good way to put it. It makes her journey even more significant,
How so?
She's not just exploring the cosmos. She's searching for a piece of herself, a connection to a world that's lost forever.
Oh, wow.
And it's a search that's full of danger, you
Yeah.
know? Like with Orion Coldshot Walker, it seems like he's got this complicated history with Astral.
Right.
Maybe stemming from some shared training they had, some organization they were both part of.
Yeah, that's possible. We know he was part of the Cosmic Cutlass,
Oh, right.
that pirate crew led by Captain Cooper.
Yeah, far cry from the bounty hunter he is now.
Mm-hmm, it's true.
But it makes you think about transformation, how our past shapes who we are. Is Orion really a villain? Or is he just trapped in this, like, cycle of violence and betrayal?
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder if he's actually trying to break free from it all. You know, maybe there's more to him than we realize.
Maybe. I mean, he did spare Astral on Halloween.
Oh, that's right.
He could have captured her, but he didn't.
That does seem kind of significant now that you mention it.
Right.
Like, it suggests he's conflicted about something. Maybe he feels loyalty to Astral still, or maybe he feels guilty about something he did in the past.
Or maybe he knows something about the bounty.
Yeah.
Something about who placed it on Astral's head. Like, maybe he's trying to protect her in his own way. You know?
That's a really interesting idea.
Right.
Adds a whole new layer to their relationship.
Totally. Like, will they end up as allies? Or are they destined to stay on opposite sides of this whole cosmic chase?
That's a good question. We still don't even know everything about Stardust's powers either.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, we know he can shapeshift, communicate telepathically. He can even, like, control the Nebula Nomad.
Oh.
Almost like he's bending the laws of physics.
It's crazy. It's like he's tapped into some, like, ancient, powerful force, something primal.
Exactly. And the Wabberwonky, his, you know, messed up reflection in Whimsar, it suggests that all that power could be corrupted.
Oh, yeah.
Lead to some bad stuff, you know?
Right.
It's a reminder that even creatures that seem innocent can have these hidden depths.
Mm-hmm.
And that power, even when you have good intentions, can have a dark side.
And the Nebula Nomad itself, it's more than just a sentient spaceship. It's like an extension of Astral's magic, a safe haven for her. Maybe even a key to unlocking the mysteries of her past.
That's a good point.
Remember that scene where Astral is making a potion and the Nomad adjusts its gravity to keep her from spilling anything?
Yeah.
It's like it's protecting her in ways she doesn't even realize.
Right. What if the Nomad is more than just a ship? What if it's like a library of ancient knowledge?
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Or maybe like a link to Astral's ancestors or something, or even the secrets to her powers.
That would be amazing. And what about that comic book Astral finds?
Oh, the one about Atlantis High.
Yeah, with the kids wearing kelp robes and bioluminescent jellyfish.
That one was weird.
I know, but it feels like it could be a major clue.
Okay, how so?
What if Atlantis High is a real place? Like hidden somewhere in space?
Oh, wow.
Right. I mean, Cosmic Cauldrons has thrown us some curveballs before.
That's true.
So imagine if Astral finds this community of people just like her.
Yeah.
Maybe other magic users who can help her understand her powers, help her find her place in the universe.
That would be huge for her.
It would be.
It would tie in perfectly with those themes of belonging and identity we were talking about. Like,
Exactly.
it would give Astral a place where she belongs, a place where people accept her for who she is, not fear her or hunt her down.
That would be such a powerful message, especially for younger viewers.
I know, right? People who might be trying to figure out who they are, where they fit in.
It's a really important message. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
We still have a lot to figure out,
That's
a
true.
lot of questions to answer.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling Cosmic Cauldrons has a lot more surprises for us.
Oh, for sure. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Wow, we've really gone deep on Cosmic Cauldrons today. We've talked about the characters, the themes, the mysteries. It's definitely one of those stories that keeps you guessing, right? With those crazy twists and turns, but they always feel like they make sense when you look back, you know? But as we wrap up this deep dive, I keep wondering, what's the point of it all? What are the creators trying to say with this story?
Well, I think that's what's so great about a story like this, right? There isn't just one answer. It lets everyone come up with their own interpretations. It makes you think and imagine and ask those bigger questions. On the surface, it's this fun, exciting adventure through this crazy imaginative universe, but then you start to see all this symbolism, all these metaphors. You realize they're talking about what it means to be human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about Astral's search for identity and her struggle to connect with her past and how tough it is for her to survive in a universe that feels pretty hostile, you know? But there's also this sense of hope, of resilience that comes through in these stories.
Oh, definitely. I mean, despite all the danger and the craziness, Astral never gives up. She just keeps pushing forward, looking for answers, making her own way. That determination, that willingness to face the unknown, that's something we can all relate to, I think.
I agree. Whether we're space witches or just regular people trying to figure things out, we all have to deal with the unknown.
Exactly. And it's not just Astral. Look at Orion Coldshot Walker, the bounty hunter. He's clearly haunted by his past, but he still shows moments of compassion. And even the alien demon king, he's imposing, sure, and his motives are a little shady, but he also seems to be pushing Astral towards some greater purpose. It's interesting.
It really is. It makes you wonder about, good and evil and if things are always black and white.
Right, exactly. It's like, even though these characters are fantastical, they're still reflections of us in a way. They show our struggles with identity, our search for meaning, our potential for both good and bad, and that's what makes Cosmic Cauldrons so captivating. It's not just about a teenage space witch, it's about what it means to be human, even if that humanity is like way different from what we know.
It's about finding your place in a universe that doesn't always care, facing your fears and embracing the unknown. And it reminds us that even when things are dark, there's always some hope, some magic to guide us.
That's a really beautiful way to put it. Cosmic Cauldrons really stays with you even after you're done watching. It makes you use your imagination. It makes you question things you thought you knew. You just keep thinking about the mysteries of the universe and how complicated people are.
Absolutely. We've just scratched the surface today. There's so much more to explore in Cosmic Cauldrons. But hopefully you've gotten a taste of the magic and the mystery and all the cool ideas it throws at you. If you want a story that takes you to another world and makes you think about your own, you need to check out this series. Who knows, maybe you'll even learn something new about yourself along the way.
I think we all could. Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Thanks for being here. All right, everyone, that's a wrap for our deep dive into Cosmic Cauldrons. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.